So I'm at Prevail Boxing right now, which is on West 3rd in West Hollywood, California. And I'm about to talk with Milan Costich. He founded Prevail after working in the mailroom. Yes, people, the mailroom, pushing around other people's mail at a huge talent agency in Hollywood. And then a little later on in life, he decided to open this boxing gym in West Hollywood because it was his biggest passion. And now Prevail has a cult following from models to me to tons of people in a range of different industries. And when I first attended a boxing class at Prevail, what set Prevail apart for me is that it was a completely unpretentious space. And that's what I really loved about the entire mission behind Prevail. And Milan hasn't just expanded overnight. He's taken years to perfect the craft in this one small studio that still has that crazy cult following. You've had quite a journey. You started Prevail a little later on in life.
Yes.
But this gym is absolutely amazing. But when you started in 2011, right?
Yeah, towards the end of
I bet it did not look like this.
No, we didn't even have this space yet. So we started off basically, I was training one client in a friend's boxing gym, and that segued into training like 8 to probably like 15 different clients, and we would sublease space from another gym, and we started kind of this group fitness boxing class. From there, that class grew to probably like 30, 40 people in a few months, and I was like, okay, I'm onto something. But the people that I was subleasing the space from were like, you're onto something. We like what you're doing. We want you to come in and do this for us. It's nothing against those individuals. It was just something for me that I really wanted to do on my own.
But you also left a very lucrative industry. You were working in entertainment in the mailroom.
The mailroom was not so lucrative, but the industry.
But you could have really grown working there,
Yes.
and you decided to pretty much leave all possibility of stability to open Prevail, and it worked.
You know, I worked in entertainment on the business side for 3 years. Started off in the mailroom, so I started from the very bottom and got to kind of work my way up. And those 3 years were so valuable because I learned what it meant to work really hard. I learned what it meant to not take no for an answer. And so those 3 years were so important because I don't think Prevail and what I do now would be nearly as successful if I hadn't gone through those 3 years that shaped me as a professional.
And as a founder, is there one piece of advice you would have filed away to your younger self?
Yeah, I think the biggest piece of advice is avoid perfect. At least for me, when I was kind of delving into the unknown, like I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what exactly the business would be, but I knew I wanted to work for myself. I loved the idea of, building something from nothing. But in the beginning, because I had no idea what to anticipate, I would always try to rely on, maybe bring on a partner, or I would be like, let me put together the perfect plan. Perfect in the entrepreneur world, in my opinion, does not exist. And if we get hung up on, I gotta line this, up, it's not gonna happen. Like, you just have to make stuff happen. So my biggest advice is just taking action daily. Like, figure out what your end goal is, and even if it's a small step, if you're making a small step every day, it adds up. And if you're, not too tied up on being perfect, it allows you, it frees you to just take some risks, take some gambles, but know which way you're trying to go.
Well, I am in no capacity a perfect boxer, but I guess you should probably teach me a few tricks and tips on how to learn the Prevail method perfectly.
My specialty. Let's do it.
Woo!
You're gonna measure the distance with your left hand. So you're gonna put your left hand out, right? And this is just to see if you're in range to hit someone. If you can touch me with your left,
I can hit you right now.
you can nail me with your right, and you're gonna go with the back line. Just like that, okay? Put it out, bam. One more time. Good. One more time. There you go, that was a good one.
That was good.
Nice work. Oh!
We did too much. Oh my God.